It's an early autumn morning outside Thurles in County Tipperary as dairy farmer Thomas Dwan brings in his black and whites for the morning milking. With a large herd of 180 cows to manage, Thomas gets a maternal helping hand.
At the minute it's just myself. I'm in partnership with my mother Anne. My father passed away after short illness in 2016.
Do you always milk together, or?
A lot of the time, yeah, we would, yeah. She's, I suppose, done a little bit less this year, which is probably no harm for her.
I suppose it all fell to the two of you to basically keep the show on the road.
It did, yeah, but sure, we can't stop. We just ploughed on, stayed going. He wouldn't have wanted any other way.
This mother and son partnership are going down a brand new dairy path, which they hope will pay dividends. They supply milk to Centenary Thurles Co-op from a herd fed a different diet than is typical across Ireland.
Basically, all the cows on this farm get fed GM-free feed. Any meal that's fed throughout the year is a GM-free ration that they produce and provide for us.
GM, or genetically modified, refers to organisms that have had their DNA altered artificially to make them resistant to disease, pests and environmental conditions. Many animal feeds contain GM elements in the form of protein.
There's no real change in the farm because the main diet here is grass. You can only buy the GM-free meal from Centenary, but it's not really costing us anything extra, so it didn't really affect the system.
How much do you get paid for your milk?
The minute, I suppose we're averaging around 37, 38 cents.
A litre?
A litre, yeah.
There are 13 participating farmers producing this Tipperary fresh milk, who have the cost of their feed subsidised by the co-op. They're not currently paid any extra per litre, but the hope is this will change if sales take off. I spoke to Centenary's dairy operations manager, John Martin, about its production.
What's different about this milk?
This milk is the first milk in Ireland that's produced from cows fed only non-GMO feeds. So what that means is all supplementary feed that's fed to cows after grass and grass silage is produced from feed specifically formulated not to include genetically modified ingredients.
Is it really true to say that this is the first non-GMO milk when organic milk, as far as I understand, is also from GM-free feed?
Yes, that is correct. But this is the first milk produced from commercial farming that can have commercial output and still feed non-GMO feeds. So the output from the farm is not constrained by the limitations that are around organic farming.
According to the Food Safety Authority of Ireland, EU-authorised GM food is just as safe as its non-GM counterpart. GM also has the advantage of delivering increased yields and a reduced need for pesticides, which is why imported GM ingredients such as soybean and maize are important protein sources in animal feed. Centenary, though, have taken a different approach with their new ration.
We purchase grain from our local grain growers at harvest: barley, wheat, oats and beans. We take those as the base of our feed. We then purchase some imported protein from European sources that are not genetically modified.
This is a special recipe just
This is a special recipe just for that group of farmers.
This non-GM feed is produced here at Centenary's mill, where other rations which include GM products are also made. There's no Irish company providing GM-free certification, so Centenary are approved by a UK company called Food Chain ID.
Is there not a major risk of cross-contamination?
There is a risk of cross-contamination, Dara. We take every precaution possible in our process to reduce that to the minimum.
How do you control what's going on the farms that are supplying into you?
We know our farmers. So this is a trust-based project with our farmers. So the farmers have specific feed bins on their farm which are labelled as non-GM. We have one dedicated haulage company that deliver to that farm. We have a process that they follow from the start here out to the farm, and it has been validated by audit that the process works.
According to the National Dairy Council, we drank 578 million litres of milk in the last year alone. Of that, whole milk accounted for 62%, while low-fat, skimmed and other niche milks make up the remainder. With 3 main producers dominating milk production in the Republic, co-ops like Centenary Thurles have to innovate if they want to survive in a market dominated by scale.
How big is the market for this, do you think?
Well, the Irish liquid milk market is 600 million litres. That's based around food service and retail. So 1% of that would be 6 million litres. That would be great. 0.5% would be 3 million litres, which still would be good. So we're hoping for 1 million litres over maybe 2 to 3 years. That's the plan.
How much extra will this cost in the shop?
It is priced at $1.59 per litre, which is
That's a lot, isn't it?
Well, it's somewhere between conventional branded milk and organic milk.
Why are Centenary doing this?
Centenary are doing this, Dara, because we have a small milk bottling plant in Thurles that has been there since the 50s that will not survive unless we do something different.
How much extra will this generate for the farmer?
Well, Dara, we would like to think there's a premium there, so it'll revolve around how much milk we can actually sell of this product. And if we can sell enough of this product, we would hope there will be a premium for the farmer to make it worthwhile.
Any premium at the moment?
No premium at the moment, no.
With growing consumer demand for non-GM products in European countries like Germany and Denmark, we might start seeing more non-GM labels on foodstuffs on Irish shelves.
Well, there you have it. Doesn't get any fresher than that. We saw the milk being produced just down the road, and now it's in a bottle. Will the consumers latch on to this? Time will tell.
On the Dwan family farm, the hope is that consumers will respond positively, and in time, more farmers might join the scheme.
You'd be constantly chatting to other dairy farmers. What's the general thought amongst your peers about it?
I suppose it's fairly new to a lot of people, but maybe if this thing takes off, more farmers might be brought into it. It's a different product for the consumer. It's big in certain countries. Hopefully it'll take off.